right, so welcome on back to our Thursday yoga. I think we have a nice practice tonight. It's all about playing with space, both inside and outside, and finding our edges and just kind of reframing a lot of the stuff we talk about, but a little bit more specifically. So I feel like I spent a lot of time chatting, so let's get right to our mats right away. And we are going to start actually in a shavasana. So twist, we're starting at the end. So if you want to find a reclined position, soles of the feet can be together, or you can simply lay down on some pillows. Find a place where you can feel restful and just release onto the mat, onto the floor. Take any little movements you need first, any little fidgets or itches or movements to settle into your initial rest. Eyes can be open or closed, but allow the eyes to feel heavy in your face and your breath to deepen. And really settle right here. In one class I took, we were talking about the paradox of yoga. And the teacher from Homegrown Yoga was saying, the paradox is that all week long we crave moments of stillness. We are anxious that we don't get enough. We understand how much they would be beneficial. And yet, when we do have them, we often don't know what to do with them, or we sort of let them pass on by because we're just sort of not in the practice of settling in. So let's take this moment and make the active choice to arrive in it, taking a deep breath in to fill up, and a nice slow exhale to empty out. Noticing that even in stillness, we aren't stiff, we aren't rigid, and we can find a fluid internal smoothness. Take another couple rounds of breath, relaxing on that exhale. Slow and steady is our breath. Perhaps now your eyelids can close if they weren't already. Begin to tap into an inner sense of smoothness. Smooth to whatever is coming. A sort of freeing sense of allowing whatever there is in this moment to be. So maybe that's distracting sounds. Maybe they are your thoughts and your feelings. And even if those feelings are frustrated feelings, or anxious, or blissful, or relaxed, it's all met with a sense of smoothness, acceptance, not necessarily approval, but a sense of acceptance, dropping into this moment exactly as it is. And with each breath, dropping into that moment again and again. Try this for a couple moments on your own. Excellent. And maintaining this sense of smooth acceptance, begin to bring your awareness to your big toes. Sort of an odd place to start for a yoga practice. And this section of our practice is inspired by a movement meditation led by Olivia Brown, one of the members of Poetico Dance Collective. Her practice, she has an amazing ability to be so sweet and gentle, and by the end, you feel so much inner spaciousness. So this is just inspired by her. Bring your awareness to your big toes and the volume of the big toes. the space inside, a sense of inner shape. And allow your breath to continue to be heavy as we bring that awareness to our other toes. Just imagining that inner volume. And then broadening that awareness. Begin to bring to mind the inner spaciousness of your body on the floor. Mapping out the inner volume of your fingertips. And almost like the air of a balloon. What space is the shape of your body? The inner space. And play around here for a couple of seconds, just changing the positioning. Maybe you're imagining your hands or your shoulders or the space within your own head and face. And then bring small movements into your body, keeping in mind that volume. You focus on the inner space of your feet and toes and fingertips. As you bring small movements, how does that feel? To really flex and stretch that volume. Excellent. And then on an exhale, come back to stillness. And begin to bring your awareness to the outer edges of your body, the skin. Notice if you feel any clusters of sensation anywhere or tension. The temperature of your skin on your face, on your fingertips, and anywhere else that is calling your attention. And begin to bring small movements again into your body, becoming aware of the outer edges. How do you move when you become so aware of the sensations on your skin? And here I invite you to do a little bit of organic movement. If you want to play with folding at the joints, play there. And start small, maybe with the fingertips and toes. And then perhaps your movement grows, folding at the elbows and knees. Maybe dropping legs one side to another. And almost like an improvisational dance, play with the folding of your body, being aware of how the skin feels against the floor, against itself. And ever so slowly, we will increase our movements until perhaps we roll over and we come onto our hands and knees. So begin to increase the movements. Allow yourself to fall back down. So I'm sort of doing just a drop and fold, letting your breath continue to be deep, folding at your creases and falling back down to the earth. Really let yourself just be free. No one can see you. Just your own folding movement. Perhaps you've come on to your hands and knees and you're in a sort of tabletop position. If you're not there yet, take a couple moments and just naturally get there, continuing to move. And then arriving with a deep breath into our hands and knees tabletop position. Eyes can open. We're going to inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale again, letting the movement never stop, like you have a current of energy that allows you to be fluid and smooth. From here, we come to a neutral spine and send our hips back towards our heels and let our backs round through a cat. Perhaps we lean it a little forward, cow pose. So you're bringing a little rolling of the spine into your cat and cow. Exhale, hips go back, spine rounds. Inhale, move through that rounding, dropping the belly, cow pose. Find fluidity. And play a little bit with speed. If you were going very slowly, maybe pick up the pace a little bit. And if you have the tendency to go quickly, allow yourself to slow it down and feel through every movement. Let's take one more cycle. It can look any way. It doesn't have to look like my bizarre version. Excellent. And here we're going to just slightly adjust and take a variation on that. We're going to send those hips back. Elbows are going to come to the ground. We're going to move through, leading our chest, move through the arms, press our bodies up into cobra or upward dog, and then exhale, bring it on back. Requires a little bit of arm strength there. Send the hips back, deep breath. Exhale, elbows lower. You might want to walk the fingers forward, leading with the chest. Press on up into whatever back stretch feels good. Lower on down. Press on back to your heels. Take one more. Walk those fingers forward. Lower the elbows. Press the chest through. Then plant the hands. Come up into whatever stretch feels good. And lower down and just settle for a moment on the floor. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Bring your awareness back to how your skin feels. How does it feel making contact with the mat, the floor? We're going to open our legs a little wide, maybe as wide as the short edge of your mat, and bring your fingertips to the outer edges of your mat as well. And you're going to inhale into this little seal push-up. You still want to kind of keep the belly engaged so you don't give too much into your lower spine. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, find the flow. Almost like you have a band of energy that's just stretching and releasing in your body. Your breath facilitates the movement. Take one or two more. And exhale. Wonderful. From here, I'm just going to rest on the mat. You're going to lift up your heels. Keep those knees wide, and you're going to cross the left foot in front of the right ankle. And then just carefully press yourself up and send those hips over the back of your mat. I realize I'm blending into my mat, but I'm sitting cross-legged. It might actually help if I got off my mat so you can see me a little bit better. I'm sitting cross-legged with my left leg in front. Excellent. We're going to inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand comes to right leg. Begin to twist to the right side. Inhale, feel the length in your spine. And then exhale, release into the twist. One more breath in and up. And then on the exhale, we're going to plant both hands on the ground behind us. Begin to send those hips up in the air as you spiral, face the other direction. We're in this forward fold. And just hang, have a slight bend in the knees. You can rock side to side, reaching opposite elbows. Take whatever you need in this slightly wider legged forward fold. Wonderful. Being aware of that inner volume as we compress the body down. How does the inner space change shape? On an exhale, we're going to bend our knees, plant our hands down, and just spiral on the balls of our feet back to that sitting crisscross position as best as we can, left leg in front. We're going to extend our legs, shake them out, hands plant on either side of our hips, and just sit with the heart held high. Knees can absolutely bend, especially if you have tension in the backs of your legs. Let them bend. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, we're going to lift our arms up and begin to fold forward. We can absolutely bend our knees and reach underneath our legs. And when you begin to feel the release in the legs, then you can begin to stretch them out a little bit. But take it whatever genuinely feels good, nothing painful, in a place where you can feel space in your body and give them room for the muscles to relax. A deep breath in. And exhale brings you on back up with a roll of the spine. Send those shoulders back. Excellent. We're going to come now cross our legs with our right leg in front. I'm just changing direction so you don't ever have the view of my butt. So now our right leg is in front. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Get a nice twist. Inhale, spine is long. Exhale, twisting to the left, melting. Feeling that inner volume compress and shrink as we twist. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. One more breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to look behind us, plant both of our hands, get onto the balls of those feet, unwind, find a forward fold, planting those feet right where they landed. Take it wherever you like, any sort of fancy arms. Maybe you want to take a halfway lift. This is your time. And whatever you're doing is actually it's you listening to your body, you developing an ear, so to speak, for what your body wants. I tend to do this, which makes me think, hey, my body wants to be a little bit warmer in the hamstrings, or maybe I take a halfway lift. Whatever you're doing is kind of an authentic representation of what your body wants to do. Take one more breath, wherever you are. And then we're going to plant our hands towards the left foot, and then lean into those hands, cross the legs. Who knows? I don't even, whatever leg is in front is fine. And we're going to extend them a little wider this time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. And again, you can have bent knees. Actually, bent knees feels really good for the Achilles and calf as well. You can have straight legs. Send the heart out or round of the spine. Take whatever you like. One more breath in. And release. Wonderful. From here, you're going to leave the left leg in front. You're going to bend it at a right angle, but it really can be any angle you like. A right angle is just a nice guide, and then you can adjust. You're going to take the right leg behind you at a right angle or some kind of angle. You're making this deer pose. So again, you can have the right angle, so you can bring the heels in more. And here I invite you to inhale, tall spine, square the hips forward, fingertips planted on either side of that left leg, and then exhale, bring in a flow into the upper body. Maybe you want to press through those little seal push-ups, maybe little circles, maybe figure eights. Essentially find that band of energy again, that current, that flow in the upper body. As the bottom is stable, the upper body is free and mobile. Find movement, smooth movement here. Nice and steady. Mind yourself to breathe, knowing that your movement will not ever look like anybody else's. This is entirely your flowing. Whee! I feel like I'm gonna get like super like jazzy, just like like throwing snow in the air. Take one more breath in. And on an exhale, come back upright. Settle in here. Then we're gonna plant the hands either side of the left leg so you can lift up those hips, walk the back leg behind you, and settle the hips down on a pillow, on a block, on the floor in your half pigeon. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower. And find a variation that works for you. If you want to go all the way down, go all the way down. Forearms. If you want to stay up, stay up. Finding length from that back leg out through the crown of your head. Can we feel expansiveness? Can we feel a sense of stretch? And then carefully using the weight in your palms, walk your body upright. And then unwind, send your hips to the left, unwind those legs, give them a shake. Keeping the right leg in front this time, we're gonna bend that right knee and bend the left leg, send it back. Make any adjustments that you need to make this feel comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, even with adjustments, pillows. You can do a pillow even if it is comfortable because that just makes it more comfortable. Excellent. Trying to flex through the feet, keep an active posture in the lower body. Find stability, find grounding. You can use your fingertips to help your balance. Inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale, find that freedom in the upper body. Almost like you're like the wind. You just sort of flow and blow. Nice and gentle. You can lift your fingers off the ground. You can reach up to the sky. Move through any of the back and heart openers that we've ever done. You can choreograph your next contemporary solo here. If you'd like to really tap into what is going on internally as you do this, close your eyes and just experiment. If you get seasick, just open them back up. Eyes closed gives us this nice opportunity to really just move according to how we feel rather than what we are seeing, what we want to see, how we think we look. Take one more breath, continue with this fluidity. And then on an exhale, come to stability, lifting that heart to the sky, fingertips down, eyes open. Your next breath, lifting on those fingertips, lift those hips in the air, walk that left leg behind. Find your half pigeon on this side, right leg in front, left leg behind, and then find length wherever you settle. Good. If there's anywhere else you'd like to access before we rise, access it now on your final breath here. And on an exhale, using your hands to press the body up, really feeling the transfer of weight into your arms. Lean your hips to the right side. Send that leg forward. Give them a little shake. For this final section, if you have a block, I really encourage using it. I probably should have said that at the beginning. If not, don't worry. We will offer adjustments for everybody, but it is really nice to have one. So we're gonna come onto our knees, high tush kneel. Roll back the shoulders. We're gonna come into a gate pose. So keep the left leg grounded. You can put a pillow or a towel underneath if the knees are sensitive. Just extend the right leg out. Find a squareness in the hips. If you tend to kind of shoot the left hip out as you extend the right leg, gently guide it back in line. Shoulders down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're gonna drop the right arm towards the right leg. Don't put too much pressure though, just stretch, 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 just nice lean. Maybe we can turn that heart towards the sky. And then exhale, come on up. From here, we're gonna do another little pivot. So do what feels good for you. I'm gonna turn my right toes out to the right side, and I'm gonna plant my hands on the ground and simply let my left leg come into a low lunge. So now my hips are squared to the right side, and actively guide that left hip forward, right hip back. Of course, as I kick away my block, that's when I want it. I'm gonna turn to face you. You're in this kneeling lunge. Here, place the block on the highest setting or whatever you like, with the left hand on the inner side of the left leg. We're gonna inhale, right arm up, and exhale, lean to the left. If you don't have a block, let your hands hang. Maybe they reach the floor, but you'll be definitely working those side abdominals a lot if you don't have that block. It's really nice to just sink in. Inhale, keep the block with you, change hands. This is another lovely thing I got from Homegrown's class. It's Alyssa from Homegrown Yoga. Now we're gonna lean to the other side. Take the block with you, do that one more time. Inhale up, exhale down. You can play with what setting the block is on. Keeping that heart open. Inhale up, exhale, other side. Just take a moment to come up. You can leave the block down, send your body up, and just lean a little bit into that front leg. So I am doing just like a little bit of just a lunge, just a press. Don't want that knee to go beyond the ankle very much. Just kind of feel into it. If you want to do the reverse, begin to straighten the leg a little. Just you feel it in the glute, very subtly. And then from here, we're gonna pull in the right leg, face any direction you'd like to start that whole sequence on the left side. So knees are down, inhale and exhale to bring the shoulders back. Being aware of yourself now moving through space as we change directions, change perspectives. You're gonna inhale, step the left leg out. Exhale to have the toes pointing to the front. Inhale, both arms come up. Feel your whole abdominal rib cage area lifting with you. And on an exhale, find that stretch. Really feel so open in the right side of your body. Take one more breath here. Really enjoy the sort of just juiciness of a lovely supported stretch. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower the arms to your hips. I'm going to turn my left leg out so the toes point to the left. I'm going to drop my hands as I swing my back leg to be in line with the front, finding a low lunge, left leg in front. Here, if you have your block, I'm going to face you, but you don't have to do anything. Block is under the right hand. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, take the block with you. Gentle lean to the left. And notice any differences. I tend to have one side that feels way more open than the other. Humans are not perfectly symmetrical. And when we notice it, we don't have to be so bothered by it. Wonderful. And then leave the block there. Arms up. Exhale. Hands to your hips. And we're just going to do a couple little lunges. Do a little twist if you want. And then back it up, begin to straighten that left leg a little, just a couple, almost like a gentle rocking. Wonderful. And then you can bring the leg back and come to the floor in a supportive way. You're going to come to our backs, tucking in the knees. Take a careful and steady rock side to side. And begin to bring back in those small movements. So we stopped the rocking, but maybe now we start to roll the ankles and the wrists. Really become aware of the fingertips as they rub against each other. Maybe we bring in some more of those little folds in our creases in our joints. How do we fold? And perhaps in the course of our folding, we let our knees drop one side and then the other. And spend as much time in that folded twist as you like. We allow our attention to come back into the breath and how the breath fills that inner volume of our bodies. Continue with your small folding movements. Perhaps the eyes close here as the movements slow down. And as you prepare to take your final rest of this practice, become aware of how your body landed on the earth. How does your body want to lay in our Shavasana? How does your skin feel against the surfaces, the clothing? And how are you feeling knowing that you don't have to push anything away or brace against any honest emotion? Let's take a deep breath in together. And on an exhale, let your eyes close. Drop back into this moment of stillness, knowing that your body has been present to the stillness and to the motion of each moment throughout our whole practice, and you have been listening to it moment by moment. And now you just get to sit back and appreciate the stillness and the quiet, the inner quiet that this moment offers. These moments of stillness that we so crave, you get to just drop in right now. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you and to this community for showing up for yourself, for each other, for this practice. I invite you to stay in this moment, the next one, and the next one, as long as time permits. I want to thank you for your life, and thank you for your presence, which you shared with me. I offer you namaste. I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening.